Okay, welcome back, folks. Part 3 of the amazing Google product. Thank you for joining me. This is Yusuf Chowdhury, digital marketing coach here in San Antonio, Texas. Okay. Hello, how you doing, Jay? Thank you for joining. If you missed part 1 or part 2, don't forget to check them out. Special Agent Heather, thank you for joining. If you missed part 1 or part 2, please check in the replay, okay? This is how it goes. I basically mentioned Google products. Okay, how are you, Jamie? And if you know it, you press number 1. And if you don't, you hit number 2. Okay? All right. So, here we go. Google Glass. Hello, wild man. Hey, Marvin, how are you? Good to see you. So, if you know what is Google Glass, number 1, and number 2 if you don't. Number 1, number 2. Rudy said number 2. Anybody else, if you know Google Glass, press number 1. And if you don't, number 2. Google what? Google Glass. Glass. Okay, Google Glass. Like, you know, glass? Like, yes, glass. G-L-A-S-S. Google Glass. Yes, indeed. Okay, I'm Jasmine James. Thank you for joining. Thank you for joining. Let's go to play. Yeah, that's the website. You gotta pause the video. There you go. Okay, let's go back to the site and see if there's a video there too.
No, this is what's more. I clicked.
Oh, you cannot scroll down, right? Okay.
There's nothing.
Go down. Keep going.
Or more, maybe.
Yeah, there's more to scroll.
Yeah,
there's
nothing. That's it.
Okay, go to YouTube.
Get a little more. It says.
And
work. Oh, that's for
no, go back. Glass at work. So go to YouTube. Go to YouTube.
Oh, this is the one.
Yeah. Do a search for Google Glass. Scroll down a little bit. Scroll down. Yes, I'm gonna share the screen. I'm just asking my friend Jerry right here. Hello from Ukraine. Okay. Let's see. No, go up. Do a search for Google Glass and food truck. Let's see. That guy, that one, the Google Glass Explorer story. There you go. Hit that. And pause it. Pause it.
I'm Roy Choi, co-founder.
All right. Here we go, folks. Hey, changing faces. Thank you for joining. Are you agree? First of all, this is Google Amazing Product Workshop. It's not about politics. Keep this question out of the topic, my friend. Stay focused. Stay focused. Okay? So there you go. I'm like, I don't know why people ask these questions, man. FBI or CIA. There you go. Here you go. This is Google Glass. Check it out.
I'm Roy Choi, co-founder of the Cody Truck, straight from LA. Who else would I be?
See, he's using Google Glass.
We took a concept that was once reserved for ice cream trucks, hot dog stands, and turned it into a cultural movement. This happened by challenging the rules of what street food is,
Google
and
Glass.
was, and infused it with technology. To me, food is about sharing. And I put every single recipe in. And what's great about Glass is I can record it, I can share it immediately. Maybe that will influence someone else to find their own angle. St. Patrick's Day is coming up. I want to make something special to be served on the trucks. Okay, Glass, find a recipe for Irish food. Irish hearty stew, potatoes, raised beef, and cabbage. Take those components and try to figure out how can we make them feel and taste like LA, but still feel like St. Patrick's Day. Okay, Glass, record a recipe. East Los leprechaun burrito. So instead of the traditional Irish corned beef, we turned it into a braised carne asada. Place potatoes and a banana. Oh, hold on, I got a phone call. Mom, I'm busy right now. 알았어. 이따가 전화할게, okay? I'll call you later, okay? Okay, I love you. Bye. You know, my mom is crazy, man. Kimchi, which is kind of the foundation and the core of Korean cooking. I gotta stay true to the Irish, so you got the leprechaun. And this is what happens when you puree leprechauns. They have no bones. All right, man, we're done. Let's share this. I think the Irish Tourism Board is about to call, and this is going to go on every commercial. Come to Ireland. It's going to be like a burrito. I'm Roy Choi, culture clasher, food philosopher, straight motherfucking G, and glass explorer. That's St. Patrick's Day. Y'all didn't know.
Okay, Google Glass. It's a device you put on your glass, and you can actually search the internet. You can record. You can do a search while you're talking to this device called Google Glass. That's all it is. Okay? Yeah. So once you wear it, I mean, you can actually do a search, look at images, record. So that's what it does. It's a search mechanism.
Technology strapped to my face.
That's a joke. Google Glass. So, okay, yeah, that's what it's for. So it costs like, I think, $1,500. And yeah, so hopefully the price will go down. Okay, so there you go. Let's go scratch that. And now let's talk about, again, number one if you know, and number two if you don't. Okay. Thank you for joining Samikia, I think. I'm sorry if I mispronounced your name. Google Venture, if you know, number one. If you don't, number two. Google Venture. Number two. Okay, if you know what is Google Venture, press number one. And if you don't, number two. Okay. Marvin, thank you for joining. Thank you for inviting your friends. I really appreciate it because you're awesome. All right. Jamie said number two. Happy Harley, thank you for joining. Janet M868 joined. Thank you so much for joining. We're talking about amazing Google products. Right now we're talking about Google Venture. Vicky, thank you for joining. So if you know, here's how it works. I'm going to mention a product from Google. If you know what it is, you press number one. And if you don't, you hit number two. Okay, I'm Jasmine James. Thank you for inviting. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So there you go, folks. Do you know what is Google Venture? Dan, look forward to the day I know something you don't. Absolutely. Okay. So if you know, Jamie said she doesn't know what is Google Venture. Anyway, here in our workshop, all of you folks said number two, you don't know what is Google Venture. So if you know what is Google Venture, press number one, and if you don't, number two. So there you go. Okay, folks. Google Venture, number one or number two? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. If you know, one. If you don't, two. Y'all can't hear me? Okay. So let's see. 1 + 1 is equal to 2. Okay. So there you go. So Nadu Network. So Google Venture, basically, this is where Google buys other companies. So these are the information for companies that they purchased and they acquired. Okay. So all the companies that Google bought them, it is under Google Venture. It will show you their portfolio. It will show you about what other companies they got and what are the requirements. So that's what Google Venture is for. Okay? So if you want to find more about some of the capital funding that Google used to buy these companies, maybe if you're a startup company, if you want to understand and know what makes them pick those companies, go ahead and check out Google Venture. Okay? All right. So that's Google Venture. Scratch that. Torah Nado Network, thank you for joining. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. So this is how it goes. I'm going to mention a Google product. If you know it, you press number one. And if you don't, you press number two. Then I'm going to show you what it is, okay? So here we go, folks. Google Green. If you know Google Green, number one. And if you don't, number two. You already know it, right? Awesome. There you go. So Torah said number two. Anybody else? Coupon. I'm one more for 4. 1 + 1 equals to 2,000. Okay. So here we go, folks. So Jerry. What is Google Green?
Well, it's basically all the efforts that Google makes in regards, renewable energy and other kinds of products.
Yes, it's for the environment. So basically all the products, all the renewable energy projects and stuff that you use are green. So they're actually telling you these are all the information. Okay, so if you want to find out all the project that Google works on that helps with the environment, that helps with the green industry, this is what is it for? Like the carbon neutral. Look at so all the product actually built on green, eco-friendly environment. Does that make sense? Yeah. So that's what Google Green stands for. For more information, google.com/green. Okay, green. All right. Okay. Vine 2, thank you for joining. All right. If you all enjoyed this scope, feel free to press number 13 right here and share it in Twitter and Facebook and invite your friends. Okay. All right. So here we go. Again, I'm going to mention a Google product, and you are going to tell me if you know number one, and if you don't, number two. Okay? Google Crisis Response. Google Crisis Response. If you know it, number one, and if you don't, number two. Number two. Come on, folks. Is your finger too fat? You can't even hit the number. You can hit the. Everyone is okay. Everyone he says number 2. Hey, Janice, how are you? Good to see you, my dear friend. It's been a while. Okay. Okay. Nope. Number 2. Into number 2 as well. Okay. You are going to love this one. So this is called a Google Crisis Response. So anytime there is a disaster, there's an earthquake. So this service basically will give you all that information, and you can also check out your friends and family who are in trouble in that area to report like a person found, person missing, you know. So this is an awesome feature. I mean, I love it because this actually helps and gives you the full data, full information about the disaster effort and the relief effort and what's going on and top responders. So that way you can in fact get in touch with the loved ones and see exactly what's going on, okay? So Google basically automatically and quickly grabs all this information to kind of help ease the situation when the disaster hits. Okay, you see that? You can get public alert right there. See, during crisis, invaluable, go online to search for the latest emergency information. So anything happens like a tornado or whatnot, you guys need to go straight to Google Crisis Response so you can find out where is the shelter, where is, you know, all this information in real time through Google Crisis Response. Okay? Awesome stuff or what? All right. So there you go. That was a Google Crisis Response. Okay? All right. Rocky PP joined. Thank you for joining. Now here you go. You ready? I want you to all be ready on your phone. Stop hitting that number. Google YouTube Trend. Google YouTube Trends dashboard. If you know this, number 1, and if you don't, number 2. 2. Anybody else? Google YouTube Trend dashboard. Christy, thank you for joining. Jamie said number 1. Janice says number 2. Everyone here says number 2. Nobody else? What about the rest of the other 9 people that are watching this? You can hit, hey, Bobby. What's going on, Bobby? Good to see you, Bobby. Bobby in the house. All right. So this is called Google YouTube Trend Dashboard. So let's go ahead and check it out. So here, good to see you, man. It's been a while. So this is the one, it will show you the trending videos of YouTube. As you can see, you can select the city or the state. You can select the ages. You can select male or female, and there are more categories even based on the cities, and to see what is popular. Let's go ahead and pick up San Antonio. For example, we're in San Antonio, and see what's trending right now in San Antonio. Okay, there you go. So in San Antonio, these are still trending. Let's pick up the ages. From what age to what age? They like these, huh? 65 plus, wow. There you go. 65 plus, these are the topic for that age group that I guess they watch, huh? So, excuse me, it's an awesome feature for you to actually, you can also compare. Look at the compare button right there. Compare, you see that? You can compare with other locations, with other age group. Absolutely, it's free, my friend. It is free, Bobby.
But it's only from YouTube?
Yeah, it's called YouTube Trend Dashboard. So it's good for research to find out. As you can see, in Atlanta it's a little bit different what is trending than in San Antonio. See that?
And then you can check for where you put your ads, maybe, right?
This is not for ad. This is just for trending topic, like, you know, most shared video and most viewed video, and among the male or among the female. Okay, so it's like another market research for YouTube.
It would help to mention it on your website so you can.
Absolutely, Rudy. Yes, absolutely. So there you go, folks. This is called Google YouTube Trends Dashboard.
This lady's trending a lot.
Yeah, she's everywhere.
It's the new, I think, the new video.
Yeah. It's an awesome tool because it's like a research to make you understand how you can utilize this, how you can market YouTube videos, see what's going on up there, so you can talk about it, so you can share in your social media. Thank you everyone so much for the heart. Really appreciate it. Thank you so much. So there you go. That is Google YouTube Dashboard or Trend. Okay. Okay, Nano Bouger. Thank you for joining again. All right. Let's talk about Google brand impressions. Number one, if you know, and number two, if you don't. Number one, if you know, and number two, if you don't. Google brand impressions. Okay, okay, okay. Number two, scroll down. That's the one. Yeah, that's the one. You're right.
Yeah, sure. No, it was somebody else. I think it's.
It should say brand-impressions.html. So when you click on it, just click on it. On the top, yeah, type think with Google. Yeah, there you go. Tools, brand-impressions.html. And I thought I knew something about Google products. They're like more than 150. I got like probably 100.
Take it back to these pages.
Okay, let's see what it says there. Planning tools, scroll down. Shopping. Okay, so basically, what it is, it talks about like the YouTube dashboard, the customer journey, online purchase. It gives you some ideas. Let me show you real quick, 1 second. So this is basically Google's telling you what's happening in the YouTube dashboard, what's happening to the consumer journey online purchase. Display benchmark tool. If you scroll down, it talks about more information about mobile in the purchase journey, consumer barometer. So basically it's about the branding. How do you build your brand? What's happening to the brand? What are consumers using? What are the tools out there? Okay? So mainly that's what is it for. That's what it's called, what? Brand impressions. Okay? Just mainly for information. Check it out. Think Google or think with Google. Okay? All right. Very excited for this one. Okay, here we go, folks. I'm gonna say it, and you're gonna tell me number one or number two. If you know it, number one. And if you don't know it, number two. Google Fiber. I'm very excited for this one. Google Fiber, folks. If you know it, number one, and if you don't, number two. Okay? Maybe I should look at Chinese over here. Number one. No. Okay. And clearly see I'm not getting an A in today's class. Yeah, I know this as well. Google makes fiber bars now. Wow. Google Fiber. Okay, good. So here we go. Google Fiber is an internet service. It's the fastest internet service. It's not everywhere. It's only in Atlanta, Austin, Texas, Charlotte, Kansas City, Nashville. I don't know what the other two. Salt Lake City. And recently, they are working on opening one in San Antonio pretty soon. I'm very excited for that one because that means, I mean, the speed, it is so fast. I mean, it's so fast that you can watch a TV live. That's, I mean, very fast. They will also provide a free version. Free version for up to like, I don't know how many gigabytes for free, which is still faster than the regular one. That's why Time Warner and AT&T are getting pissed off, I think, yeah. I use Time Warner, but guess what? When Google, and they've been great with me, but sorry Time Warner, when they come in town, Google, I'll go with Google. I don't care how much they charge, I'll go with it. Google such a spicy, I don't trust them. Good for you. Okay, I have heard of this. Yes, where are these available again? Right now, go back, see what's available. Because you can go to the website and you can go back to the website and request. But as right now, here are the cities. See the cities? Right there. And Atlanta, Austin, Charlotte, Kansas City, Nashville, Provo, Durham, Salt Lake City. And now they're working to bring it in San Antonio. And expansion plans, if you click on this expansion plan, there you go. These are the map. And they're planning to put in Oklahoma City and Phoenix, San Diego, Irvine. So these are the expansion plan hasn't been taken care of yet, okay? So Google Fiber is awesome. Fastest internet ever. You know, that's why they use fiber, because it's very fast.
By when do you think that will be?
They talked about it last year, and now they said they're back, but they didn't give us the exact date. But it's in the process. It's in the process. The good news is it's in the process. So when does San Antonio? I don't know, Henry. Good to see you, man. They talked about it, but they didn't give us the exact date. I saw the Google car come down my street this week. Was bizarre to see that. Interesting. David Richard 2K join. Thank you. Okay. Get ready for a gigabyte of internet. Oh my God, that's awesome. Is Google Fiber in China? Yeah, Bobby. Funny question. Okay. All right. So that's Google Fiber. Jennifer, thank you. Thank you for joining us again. This is part 3 of the Google Fiber, the amazing Google Fiber product. If you missed part 2, please check the replay. Okay, Google grants for nonprofit. Number 1 if you know, and number 2 if you don't. You leaving, bro?
Yeah, man, yeah.
All right. Thanks, man. Don't forget the other classes.
Oh, yeah, well, give you a
Okay. Thank you. Awesome. Software solution. Okay, cool. All right, so Google grants for nonprofit. So nobody knows. So let's go ahead and flip the screen. Greetings, says David. Thank you for joining. So this is share your cause with the world. So basically, if you're a nonprofit, Google will give you $10,000 off Google AdWords, not the actual money. You can just run the ad for $10,000. Okay, so it's an organization to help nonprofits. So that's what Google grants for nonprofit is. Okay, so check it out. That's at google.com/grants. So if you're a nonprofit and if you want Google to help you with advertising, if you get qualified, they will give you $10,000, not actual money, but $10,000 worth of Google AdWords. Okay? Okay? All right. So that's Google Ad Grants, an awesome project. Thank you, Google. All right. Now, again, press number 1 if you know, and number 2 if you don't. Google URL shortener. Google URL shortener. You get 10,000 multicolored Google dollars. Why not? It's possible, Bobby. Okay. So number 1, there you go, Bobby knows it. Number 2, David, no. Okay. Excellent. There you go. So we got 1, we got 2. I am Jasmine James. So let me show you, folks. This is Google. That's fine. Thank you. So this is Google shortener. Basically, just like Bitly, you can add any link and it will make it short. Okay, that's all it is. So Google has their own shortener. Okay, so that's a Google shortener, and the website is goo.gl. goo.gl. That is the link for Google shortener. Scratch that. All right, so scratch that one. Okay. Are we close? How many pages we got left? Oh yeah, we got more. Okay, we got a lot. Okay, here we go. Google Cardboard. Number 1 if you know, and number 2 if you don't. I always use that, right? Number 1 if okay. Google Cardboard. Cardboard. That's B-O-A-R-D-A. There you go. 2222222. All right, check it out. Yeah, just enter again.
www.
No, you don't have to. Do me a favor. Just do a search instead of the actual link. Sometime you have to do a search. Just type google.com. There you go. Just right there. Just type Google Cardboard. Google Cardboard. Just type Google space Cardboard. There you go. It's coming up. There you go. Enter. There you go. The link. There you go. Click that. There you go, folks. So Google Cardboard. Let me show you. First of all, how many said number 1? How many said no's? You folks don't know what is Google Cardboard? You all know what is Google Cardboard? Google Cardboard. Okay, here we go. So this is Google Cardboard. It's like you're gonna download an app to your Android. They don't have it for Apple. So you download this app. It's like a virtual reality. So you're gonna wear this box. You're gonna put your phone, put an app, and the scene to see as if you are in a different world. So you can move left and right like this. You can see everything as if you're in the virtual reality, and it's free. Okay, experience virtual reality in a simple, fun, and affordable way. Scroll down. Impressive. Oh yeah, I saw that button on YouTube. Look at that. This is how it looks. You see, you put the phone right here. You see that? You see the phone? You put your Android right here. You download an app. Then you start looking at it. Put your headset, and you feel like you're in Colorado. Okay? It's like a virtual reality. Okay? It's pretty cool. Check it out. Give it to your kids. Have fun with it. It is awesome, and I believe it's free. Just stay there, okay? So because we're going to talk about jump in a few minutes. So that's Google Card Box. So what happens, you wear the box. Let's say you have an app for, let's say, a place in Colorado, and you can be doing like this, right? You can look back, you can look down, as if you are in one spot. It's pretty awesome. Okay? So that is called Google Cardboard. So for those that have Android, go ahead and order it. I don't think it costs you anything. You're most welcome. Yes, and yeah, because Android is a Google product, right? They're not gonna make one for Apple. All right, scratch that. We have so many left. Okay, now we're gonna talk about Jump. Anybody heard of Google Jump? Hey, Google Jump. It means giving Google your home address. Okay. All right, Google Jump. 1, if you know. 2, if you don't. Google Jump. So after the cardboard, right there, after the cardboard, just type Jump. See them, the URL. After the cardboard, yeah, just, one second. Yeah, there you go, Jump. No, it's fine. You were right. Cardboard is fine. Let it be there. /Jump. Enter. There you go. Just stay there. Okay. So anybody, Google Jump. If you know, number 1, and if you don't, number 2. Come on, folks. For those that are watching this, come on. Give me some sign. I hope you're not multitasking. Like doing some laundry and listening to this. If you know what is Google Jump, press number 1. And if you don't, press number 2. 3. Somebody says 3. Okay. All right, here we go. So this is Google Jump. So what it does, they actually took GoPro cameras and they took shots using GoPro in full circle. Okay, going to scroll down. Keep going. Capture the world in a virtual reality video. Okay, keep going down. So it's like a 360-degree video. That's what it looks like. So let me show you a quick example. Let me show them something real quick. You can stay. There's a video. And by the way, they even have Jump with YouTube. See? You can watch YouTube videos as if you are inside the video. So this is how this device looks like. GoPro Odyssey. That's what it's called. Okay? Let me show you a video in YouTube on how this is done. Okay, check this out. Not the ad. Okay. Come on, advertising, hurry up. Okay, check it out. So this is Jump. So right now, this is the car, people are drifting, right? Look what's gonna happen. I can move like this, I can move up. It's like a street view, and I can follow them. See that? I can follow the car. He go, oh, where you going? Where you going? See that? I'm following him. 360. Y'all see this? It's fascinating, huh? It's like having a street view, and I'm going with them. Look at that, 360, look at that. Oh, look at that. Okay? So that is Jump. Oh. Y'all see it? Loving it, right? So that is Google Jump. So basically they use the GoPro camera and they shoot the video, and you can watch the video and at the same time move it like a street view. Does that make sense? What's the purpose of it? Just a 360-degree fun video, okay? Maybe for like construction, maybe for some businesses. You never know, because you have a street view, then you have business view where you can click and go inside the business. But this is an actual live video, kind of like a live video that plays, and at the same time you can follow through the 360-degree stuff. Okay, there you go. All right, now Google ideas. If you know, number 1, and if you don't, number 2. Google ideas.
Like a military attack.
That's fine. Leave it on. Yeah. Google ideas. If you know, number 1, and if you don't, number 2. Okay, check it out. So this is Google ideas for investigators, reporters, right? That they're gonna share all the information. That's right, all the information in real time. But look at that. Defend against hackers. We build product to help people.
Their money transactions. It was political scandal.
See that?
It was really, you know, like a military attack, but it was just online. And we got to the point where we thought, hey, what exactly...
We build products to help people under digital attack, investigative corruptions, and defend against hackers.
Opposition leaders, they got their...
So if you're a journalist, you're going to come to a movement somewhere, and you want to share this information, and you're... got kicked out of, what is this? This is called Google Ideas, and this is the product that helps against hackers, and also it helps journalists to basically share their information independently. And beside that, they have more product right here, like password alert, digital attack map, Project Shield, protecting the website from digital attacks, previous projects. So there's so many projects under Google Ideas. Mostly, as you can see, security, journalism, activism, right? And anti-hack, okay? So there you go. Again, something that we never thought about it, right? That's for you, Google Ideas. Thank you for the hearts. Really appreciate it, folks. All right. Okay. Google Loon. L-O-O-N. Loon. If you know number 1, if you don't, number 2. Let me see that. Number 2. If you know what is Google Loon, press number 1, and if you don't, number 2. Okay? That's like the internet. What do you call it? It's a flying internet. That's what it is. No idea. Okay, let's go ahead and play the video.
Sometimes everyone isn't really everyone. Like when people say, everyone's on the internet. Because the truth is, for each person that can get online, there are 2 that can't. And when you look closer, that everyone looks even less like everyone. In some places, it's more like 1 in 1,000. In others, it's 1 in 10,000. And in some places, no one's online at all. But what if there was a way to light up the entire globe and finally make all the world's information accessible to all of the world's people? Well, even though today 1 in 3 kids can't get to a real secondary school, everyone could have secondary school come to them. In places where there aren't enough doctors, everyone could be helped by doctors in other places. Farmers everywhere could start using better weather data, so everyone could enjoy a bigger harvest. And because small businesses that are on the internet grow twice as fast, everyone could create new opportunities for everyone. But how do we bring affordable internet to everyone? Maybe finding an answer starts with looking somewhere new. Like up, and trying something different.
It's in the balloon.
Like balloons.
The internet.
Yep, that's right. Balloons. Because it turns out that if you use balloons, it's faster and easier and cheaper to give everyone the internet than it is to give some people the internet. That's why we're giving it a try, and why there's hope that someday soon, everyone really will mean everyone.
This is Google Loon, or the balloon. Let me show you another video. It's a balloon-powered internet. Okay? It's a balloon-powered internet. So they send the balloon with the internet in third-class nation or countries that don't have access to the internet. and that's how they're gonna receive internet service. Check it out right here.
The goal of Project Loon is to bring internet to the almost 2 out of 3 people in the world who don't have internet access today. And we're doing that using high-altitude balloons.
Y'all seen this?
The very first tests we did showed that it could work. So we began to think, wow, we're going to need to have a manufacturing system that can manufacture many of these balloons. We're going to need to have a mission control system that can keep track of the balloons.
It's very cool indeed.
We have an operations team that can launch these balloons and then recover them when they're ready to go.
Single shot anyone.
So each piece of
This
the
is cool,
process
right?
got to be bigger. It had to scale up. It was pretty challenging.
If you enjoyed this scope, folks, please share it and invite your friends.
And more long-lasting. For a while, many of them leaked for some reason or another, and they would come down over the course of a few hours or a few days. It was like a detective job to figure out what was introducing tiny leaks.
Oh no.
Now our balloons last over 100 days. At first, it would take us 3 or 4 days to tape together a balloon. Today, through our own manufacturing facility, the automated systems can get a balloon produced in just a few hours. We're getting close to the point where we can roll out thousands of balloons. In the beginning, it was all we could do to launch 1 balloon a day. Now with our automated crane system, we can launch dozens of balloons a day for every crane we have. To steer 1 balloon, left or right, you actually go up or down. And that's because in the stratosphere, the wind goes slightly different direction at a different altitude. To provide continuous internet service, you're talking a complex choreography where thousands of balloons are being steered and programmed all in an automated fashion. So another balloon
I'm not sure how long this
just
takes,
at the
Bobby.
right time to take its place of the one that left.
They are still experimenting it.
Allows us to track every balloon and lets us optimally position the balloons to provide coverage exactly where the people needing internet coverage are.
Thank you for inviting Ashley.
We can track the location and projected trajectory of every balloon from the moment we launch it, on the way up till it reaches altitude,
Oh, thank you.
from the time we decide it's ready to bring it down, all the way down the descent till a spot on the ground. With our system, we use LTE, which is a common protocol that most of the telcos around the world use. So anyone with a smartphone anywhere in the world will be able to get internet access. One of the key things we do is we partner with the local telco in every country. In New Zealand, we're partnering with Vodafone.
We like to think of ourselves as being very innovative in Vodafone New Zealand, so we thought this was a great partnership. Project Loon allows cell phone companies and internet providers to provide an internet to communities that don't have it. Ultimately, the goal of any internet service provider is to have 100% geographic coverage and all the capacity and speed that people expect. Project Loon will help deliver that.
If you look at the system today, it's amazing how much more advanced it is. From being 10 times higher data rate, to the balloons lasting over 10 times as long, to the steerability of the balloons. We've flown in the tropics, we've flown in the Arctic regions. The technology is working. We're getting close to the point where we can bring the internet to people around the world.
Awesome. So that is Google Loon or Loon Project. Very interesting, right? Okay. So let's go with this, folks. Right, Janice? I'm telling you, this one, how fast is the speed of the internet? I don't have the full detail about how fast it is. All I know that it's, for the internet access. As you can see, they worked on just, a few areas. So it's one of those projects that hopefully will be on full scale, okay? All right. So here we go. Again, I'm going to mention the Google product. If you know, press number 1, please. And if you don't, number 2. Google Input Tools. Google Input Tools. Okay? Google Input Tools. Number 1, number 2, number 2 right here. Number 2, Bobby. Bobby said number 2. Changing Faces says number 2 as well. Okay? All right, cool. Let me show you this. So what Google Input Tool is, it's like a keyboard for any languages. So if you want to type in Chinese, if you want to type in Arabic or Spanish, you can use this awesome tool to start typing in different languages. So let's go and click on that video. Is that a video right there? Yeah, click that. Yeah, look at that.
There's this word in Chinese, xiang, that kind of means smells good. It could describe flour, food, really anything. But it's always a positive description for things. It's hard to translate into something other than Mandarin.
We have this word in CG Hindi called salanoa. Really, it is the feeling that you get late on a Friday night, surrounded by your friends, shooting the breeze, but it's not quite that. It's a sort of warmer and friendlier version of small talk. Just about everything that you could think of off the top of your head.
There's this Greek word, meraki, that means to really put your soul, put your entire being into what you're doing, whether it's your hobby or it's your work. You're doing it with love for what you're doing. But it's one of those cultural things that I've never been able to come up with a good translation. Meraki, with passion, with love.
Okay, so basically what it is like typing as a keyboard in different languages, because all this, like Google Translate is not 100% accurate, but if you know your language, you want to type it, it pops up like a type, like your keyboard, and you're going to start typing in languages that you want. Does that make sense? So that's what Google Input Tool is. Okay? And what else do they come with? Yes, so there you go, the way you want to type. Excellent. Okay. So for different languages, you can use this tool, so you can start writing in your own language. Now, thank you, Janice. Yes, we got more. We got, 10 more pages to finish, so let's stay focused. Here we go. Google Map Transit. If you know, number 1, and if you don't, number 2. Okay, we got number 2 right here. Google Map Transit. Janice already know. Oh, Jennifer, you already know this. Awesome. Awesome. Jennifer, you can click allow. That's fine. Okay. Number 2, TOD, number 2. So Google Transit, basically, the transit, like the bus route and the bus station and the... That's what is it for. So it tells you in which location either the bus or the train were coming. Okay. Just by the definition, that's what it is. If you provide a transportation service that is open to the public and operate with fixed schedule and route, we welcome your participation. So like, VIA, we have the VIA here in San Antonio, right? You can have all the information right there, like what time they stop, what time they come, bus routes, and bus, train station as well, okay?
Is there an app for your phone for that?
I know that's a good question. I don't know if there's a phone, but you can go to the Google Play and see if it's there. Do a search for Google Map Transit, like transportation. That's what is it for. Kevin Arrow, thank you for joining, my friend. Good to see you. How are you? Okay, so there you go. That's a Google Map Transit. What we're doing here today, Kevin, is I'm basically showing and sharing Google products. I'm going to mention some of those names. If you know it, press 1, and if you don't, press number 2. Okay, so get your fingers ready. So there you go. That is a Google Map Transit. Now, there you go. So I'm going to mention this one. Google. Google.org or Google Organization or Google.org. If you know number 1, thank you, Bobby, for joining. And number 2, if you don't, we got here number 2. Bobby says number 1, he knows it. Google.org, if you know number 1, and if you don't, number 2. Number 2, number 2, number 2. Okay? Changing Faces said number 2. All right. So there you go. Let's go all the way up. Okay. I'm like, come on, work. So there you go. That's Google.org. So basically, it's part of for non-profit, but also on a global scale, like global giving, local giving, special programs, Internet for poor people. Scroll down. A Better World Faster. They have different projects from, farming, different countries, water. So basically it's a non-profit for local and global projects. That is google.org. Just like, non-profit. Okay, look at that. Each year we donate. See that? 100 million in grants and 80 hours and 1 billion in products.
Wow.
Okay, so Google does that. Of course, they have a lot of money, so they got to give back to the community, right? Whether it's locally or internationally. Okay? All right. So that's google.org. Scratch. Okay? All right, folks, so there you go. That's google.org. As you can see, more information about the nonprofit. If you have a local or global organization, check out google.org. Okay? All right. Google, let's put your city on the map. Let's put your city on the map. Google, let's put our cities on the map. If you know number 1, and if you don't, number 2. Number 2 if you don't know. 1 and 2, huh, Bobby? 1 and 2, huh? Let's see who else. Who else is there? Who else is it doesn't know what is let's put our city on the map? It's from Google. It's not a Google Maps. Okay? Let's put our city on the map. Yusuf, you must be tired by now. Maybe. Right? 2. Okay, Jennifer says number 2. Bobby says number 2. Changing faces number 2. Everyone here at the office at this location is number 2. Okay, check it out. This is similar, or this is actually the same thing as Google business page. Okay, it's for Google business page. So when you go to this link right here, it says GYBO right there, GYBO.com. That's it. Go to that website, select your city. Then you're gonna put your the city right here, okay, or the state. Then after that, check and see if your business is listed on Google business page. That's very important because Google actually pushing this service, which is called Google business page. It used to be called Google Places. So if you have a business and you're local, you might want to be in the list because this is like a business directory for your business. In fact, if you have a business or Google business page for your business and you did not claim it, next year, Google's going to remove them. Yes, you have to be verified. Yes, but if you have it and if you didn't claim it, Google's going to remove them completely. So make sure you go there, find out if you're listed in Google business page or not. If not, then go ahead and list it. I believe I did a scope on that on how to be listed on Google business page. What's the site again? It's a GYBO. GYBO. G as in Google, Y as in yellow or Yusuf, B as in boy, O as in octopus. Okay? So GYBO.com. Okay? Alright. So that is the program called, thank you Janice, GYBO.com. That's a program called Let's Put Our City on the Map. Basically, it is a Google business page, but Google is heavily promoting it for every business to actually be visible because your phone number will show up, your listing will show up, and you're going to be shown up locally on the front page for local listing, for local business. Please do it. I'm waiting for Google to send me that verification thing. Well, guess what, Changing Faces? There's a phone number that you can call as well. Okay? There's another, yeah, so if it should take like 10 business days if you haven't, Y as in Yusuf. Yes, indeed. Y as in Yusuf or Yusufied, Bobby. Okay. All right. What's the number? Well, I have to find it for you. Okay, I don't remember top of my head. Send me a direct message. If I remember sometime this week, I will send you that number, okay? Okay, all right. Ready, folks? Here we go. If you know this, press number 1, and if you don't, number 2. What do you love? It's called Google, what do you love? Number 1 if you know, and number 2 if you don't. Google, what do you love? Okay. Number 2. All right, look at that. Everyone says number 2. So you guys don't know what do you love? Are you serious? Okay. So Google, what do you love? Here we go. There you go. So this is another way. Is that a Google? Somebody said, is that a Google porn site? No, it's not. So let's go and type, for example, yoga. You're doing a search for yoga. So what do you love? What it does, it organizes all the information that you're looking for. Look at that. It pulls up the YouTube video, top YouTube, 3D, discussion group on yoga, translate yoga, scroll down, find books yoga, earth yoga, Amazon yoga, pattern yoga, calendar, videos, voice, all the popular Google product, the business product in one place. Okay, pictures of yoga. Does that make sense? Email about yoga, Google alert about yoga, debate about yoga. Do you see what I'm saying? Latest news about yoga. Find yoga nearby. Okay? So that's what do you love? It does. It basically takes all the information that you're looking for in different category of some of the Google products, like, calendar, apps, and trend, and whatnot. Does that make sense? That is called what do you love? Okay? There you go. Google what do you love? WDYL. WDY. It's pretty cool. Check it out. If you search for anything, it makes it all organized. Pretty nice. Okay, so there you go. That's Google what do you love? What do you love, my friend? What do you love? What do you love? Rita Easter Rocks, thank you for joining. What do you love seems almost like the most loved list on the Periscope with very few people actually get exposure. Interesting, Bobby. Okay. All right. Music key. If you know, number 1, and if you don't, number 2. Oh my God, it used to be free. Now it's not free anymore. Okay. All right. Well, the music key became, which you all recently heard about it, YouTube Red. So music key became YouTube Red. So basically you can pay $10 a month to view any YouTube videos with no ads. You can also download them locally on your machine. Okay? That's what is it for. And pretty soon, YouTube are going to make their own movies, just like Netflix and Amazon. So that's what it is. So they actually, it used to be called, Music Key because it was only for free music with no advertising, and now it became YouTube Red. So just subscribe. There's no ad. You can save it locally. There's a video. Let's check the video. Awesome. Okay, that became, I'm gonna write it down here, YouTube. You can block the ads on YouTube. Yes, of course, but this is ad-free completely. Okay? And plus, you're gonna also watch YouTube shows just like Amazon and Netflix. Now, you just pay like $10 a month and check it out, so. Red. Using Chrome. Yes, indeed, you're absolutely correct. All right, Waze. Waze, is that a Waze or Waze? Is that a Waze? Is that a Waze? Is that a Waze? Okay, W-A-Z-E, how do you spell that? How do you pronounce that? Waze? Okay, Waze. Okay, Waze. I also know there is a software that you can download the videos, but anyway, just as a YouTube product, okay? Waze, anybody knows how do you get to Google? What do you love? Just go to WDYL, Bobby. I'm sorry, Drake. WDYLE. I'm sorry, WDYL.com. WDYL.com. WhatDoYouLove.com. Okay, so short for WhatDoYouLove.com. All right, so Waze. Anybody knows the Waze app? It's like a GPS app called Waze. W-A-Z-Z-E. If you know, press number 1, and if you don't, number 2. Okay. Number 2 here, number 2 here. Folks at the office is number 2. If you know what is Waze, W-A-Z-E, it's an app, it's a GPS app. If you know it, number 1. If you don't, number 2. This is actually bought by Google. So there you go. It's a GPS app in real time. Plus, if I download this app and you download it too, and if you know what I can do, if there's an accident or there's a traffic, I can quickly say, hey, don't go to that area. There's an accident, and it will update in real time. So it's like a social media. GPS app, and Google actually acquired them. They actually bought them. Okay, so you can go to your app store. It's free. So check it out. Waze, W-A-Z-E. So you can get real time. Like if there's an accident happening in a few seconds, you can quickly report it. So everyone that uses the app, they can see it. If there's a traffic, they can see it. Does that make sense? Because it's basically taking the information from all those people that are using it. So that's why I call it a social media kind of a community-based GPS. So Google bought them. That's why they became part of the Google product. Okay. All right. How many of you are still here? Do you want to continue? Should I take a break and come back? Or should I just continue? Because I got more. support.google.com/business. If you want me to take a break, I can take a break and come back. If not, I'll just continue. Because everyone here, y'all want to take a break? You want to continue? Continue? Okay. So, alright, so this is the next one. Google Web Designer. No, actually I don't. I mean, I can continue if it's all up to you. Lunchtime. It's all up to you for your verification question. Yeah, thank you. That's for the verification. Absolutely. support.google.com/business. That's what we support. For Google Business page. Oh, can you repost so I can screenshot? Screenshot what, my dear? Okay. The real Cheryl. Thank you for joining. So Google Web Designer. If you know, number 1, and if you don't, number 2. Number 2. Google Web Designer. Google Web Designer. Anybody knows Google Web Designer? Hey Barry, good to see you, my friend. How are you? Good to see you, for real. So basically what I'm doing, I'm sharing Google products and I'm mentioning those products. And if you know it, you say number 1. And if you don't, number 2. Okay? Okay, so here's the product called Google Web Designer. If you know, go ahead and hit number 1. And if you don't, hit number 2. Come on, folks. Are you all falling asleep? Are you all multitasking? Are you doing lawnmower? And listen to my squeaky voice? Google Web Designer. Here we go. Number 2, changing faces. Number 2, the real Cheryl. Okay. All right. So there you go. So this is mainly for web designers. It's called Bring Ideas to Life Across Screens, creating engaging, interactive HTML5-based design and motion graphic that can run on any device. Again, this is not for you folks. Bobby, thank you for joining. If you're a web designer, this is a free application from Google that is based on the HTML5. It basically shows them and teach them how to do a cool design. Can you scroll down a little bit? There you go. So these are for web designers that use HTML5, okay? You can make banners. You can make any cool screen for your website. Or there you go, for your mobile device. That's what is it for, okay? Amplify with code, focus on design. Alright, so if you're a web designer, then this is something you want to look into. Google Web Designer. Okay? Alright. Android TV. If you know what it is, press number 1. And if you don't, press number 2. Android TV. Press number 1 if you know what it is, and press number 2 if you don't. Number 2, there you go. Number 2 right here as well. You got number 2 in Periscope. Changing faces said number 2. So there you go. There you go. I use HTML5. No, I don't. Thanks, Chris. Dang, I keep freezing. I'm sorry, Jennifer. So there you go. Basically, this is the TV. So basically, you can connect the Android, go all the way up. Is there a video up here? Let's see. So basically, you can connect your, scroll down.
Play, maybe?
Go ahead. That'll actually take you to the, what do you call it? Let's see. Scroll down. No, these are for the apps. These are all the apps. Go back to the Android. Yeah, these are for the apps. So this is basically, you can have TV. You can basically connect it to you. Look, scroll down there. Scroll down. Introducing smart TV. See that? So you can add those devices. See those? Those devices to your TV. So you can stream apps, games from your Android or Google Play to your TV. See? You can watch YouTube. You can play games. Less browsing, more watching. So app like YouTube, Hulu Plus, all of it. So you just say what you want.
Like Netflix?
I have this one. Didn't know what it was called. Oh, okay. So there you go. Excuse me. Yes, Android gaming goes big. So basically, you connect the games, everything, through your smart TV using Android TV. The apps you have now, you're on your TV. See that?
Showtime.
Yep.
HBO.
Yeah, so Android TV, yep, that's what it is. So you can have Netflix, Showtime, Hulu using Android TV. That's awesome, Jennifer. So Jennifer uses it, okay? Go a little bit up, not that too fast, just all the way down. Oh, keep going down, keep going down, keep going. There you go, get Android TV, keep going down. Okay, 1 second, just a little bit up, slowly up, slowly. Click on get a new TV, what is that? Click on that. Get that? Nothing happens? Okay. So this TV has it built in with Android. You see that? So there you go. Enjoyable, beautiful, ultra high definition 4K content. An incredible game with NVIDIA Shield. Alright? So that's Android TV, man. Folks, from Google. Alright? So check it out. Okay. Here we go. Think Google. If you know what it is, number 1. And if you don't, number 2. Number 2. Think Google. If you know what it is, number 1. And if you don't, and number 2. Thank you for the hearts. I really appreciate it. If you don't mind, go ahead and click on number 5 here. Invite your friends. Share it on Twitter. And share it in Facebook if you enjoyed this. Thank you so much. Number 2. Anybody here knows? Okay, nobody knows what is this. So there you go. Think Google. Basically, these are all the cool products that Google come up with. As you can see, there's so many things about auto shopping. If you look at the holiday shopping right there, travel trends, and scroll down. So this is mainly information that deals with technology, startup, creative, videos, and whatnot. Okay, so it's an awesome resource, a place where you can actually check all these new stuff that is coming up. Okay, it's like a news feed for what's new from Google. Okay, so that's Think Google. Shack Attack 210, thank you for joining. Yusuf, why don't you have an Android phone? Why? Because this is what happened. Back in the day, when I came for the smartphone, BlackBerry was the first one. Used it for a while, then I just threw it on the wall, right? I got tired of it. Then I got into Android, right? Used it for a while, just didn't feel it. Then I'm like, throw it on the wall. And now I'm stuck with iPhone for years. Okay? All right. Thank you for joining. Thank you for inviting your followers. I really appreciate it. Thank you so much. Okay? Thank you. Rose Sesh, thank you for joining. So here we go. I'm going to mention the name of the Google product, and you're going to say number 1 if you know it, and number 2 if you don't. Okay? Do you work at, for you? Maybe. I will do it for you. Okay? So there you go. Google Captcha. So go ahead, if you know what is Google Captcha, number 1, and if you don't, number 2, Google Captcha. Okay? Temper, no cell phone roaming. That's hilarious. Let's see. Somebody says, are you a taxi driver? In my dreams, yes. But in my alternate reality, I actually work with Batman. I'm Robin, okay? Here we go. Anybody knows Captcha is a pain. So if you know what is Captcha, number 1, Google Captcha. If you don't, number 2. If you know what is Captcha, number 1, and if you don't, number 2. Come on, folks. Come on. Number 1, number 2. We got here number 2, Google Captcha. Yusufchowdhury, all the scopes I have watched, I've never seen you block a single person ever. Really? Never even me? Now, you're a special, Bobby. You're a special egg, okay? All right. So, let's see. Anybody knows what is Google CAPTCHA? If you know it, press number 1. And if you don't, press number 2, folks. I'm waiting on you so I can show it to you. And we can play that video in a second. Okay, Bobby knows what is Google CAPTCHA. He said number 1. Anybody else? Okay, let's go all the way up to the video. Because we have somebody in this room doesn't know. Go ahead and click on the video right there. Can you make it bigger?
CAPTCHAs are meant to protect websites from spam and abuse. But as spammers have grown more sophisticated, CAPTCHAs have gotten harder and harder to solve. So the reCAPTCHA team went back to the lab to develop a new, more secure, yet dramatically simplified reCAPTCHA experience. Introducing the No CAPTCHA reCAPTCHA from Google. For the first time, this revolutionary new API will let real people pass through without ever seeing a CAPTCHA. Using an advanced risk analysis engine, the new reCAPTCHA effectively separates out humans from bots and is even more secure. No CAPTCHA means no frustration. People get to where they're going faster, and everyone stays happy, except bots.
There you go, folks. So you can log in and take this code and put it in the back of your website. As you can see, it doesn't require you type something, weird numbers and weird letters, just like Bobby said. Just one click says I'm not robot, and that's it. The way it's programmed in the back end, the bots and the spams cannot actually use it. Does that make sense? It's an awesome, free, by the way, from Google, and it's called Google CAPTCHA. Okay? All right, Dahlia, thank you for joining. Really appreciate it. Can I use reCAPTCHA with Wix? I don't know. You want to double check that. You want to do a quick research and see if they allow you to add the CAPTCHA from Google. Okay? So that was Google CAPTCHA. For those that are joining right now, hey, what's up? What's going on? Thank you for joining. Basically, I'm mentioning the Google products. So if you know it, you're going to press number 1. And if you don't, you're going to press number 2. And I'm going to show you what is this Google product. I mean, we have like hundreds of them, I think, so far. Hey, Jessica, thank you for joining. I think we covered, what, 70 so far, I guess? I don't know. We covered a lot. We spent like, what, till from 9 o'clock this morning? Maybe 10 o'clock? Okay. Here we go. Google News Stand. If you know, number 1. And if you don't, number 2. Okay? Dang. Yes, indeed. Google News Stand. Okay? If you know it, number 1. If you don't, number 2. There you go, number 2. Anybody here knows Google? There you go, number 2. News Stand. There you go. The top one on the top. There you go, yeah.
It's an app.
It's an app, yeah. All right, cool. There you go. Hey, Judy, how are you? First of all, it's an app. So what it does, it organizes all the magazines, just like the stand on the street that has all this stack of magazine, right? So it organizes for you an app for magazine. That's all it is, okay? It's called Newsstand because it has all these popular newspapers and magazines. All right? So that's called Google Newsstand. It's an app. You can find it in Google Play for your Android devices. Scratch that. IFCP joined. Thank you so much for joining. Appreciate it. Okay. Web page test. If you know what is a web page test, it's one of the Google product. Actually, Google, I think, bought them. Yeah. If you know it, number 1. And if you don't, number 2. Web page test. Bobby, you keep bouncing back, brother. Rima Rich, thank you for joining. Good to see you. So we're basically mentioning the Google products. And if you know it, number 1. And if you don't, number 2. Awesome. You know it. Awesome. Okay, and if you don't, number 2. Excuse me. Web page test. If you know it, press number 1. And if you don't, press number 2. Anybody here knows? Okay, we have people says don't. So let's go ahead and show you. There you go. So basically what it is, it's a free service to test the speed of your website. It is similar to the Google speed page test we did it previously, but that is more simpler and easy looking. This has more information, okay? It's another website by Google, so that means if you have a Gmail account, you can log in with your Gmail, you can put the URL right there, and it will tell you why your website is fast or not, okay? Are these in the blog of yours somewhere? Not yet, Bobby, but I will definitely put it in my website soon, okay? So that is webpagetest.org. That is the actual link, webpagetest.org. .org. Okay? All right. Check the speed of your website. And we already covered Google speed test. Now let's go to this physical web. What? Physical web? What is that? If you know what is physical web, number 1. And if you don't, number 2. Physical web.
The developer test? No?
We already did that. Yeah, we already did that, yeah. Physical web, number 2. Judy said, I don't know what is that. Bobby said, I don't know what is that. You all know what is a physical web? All right, let's go ahead and check it out. What is this physical web? Looks weird and ugly. Okay, so what is this physical web, huh? I don't have a clue. I just found it. All right, GitHub, yeah, .io. Then / physical - web. A spider web is a physical web. No, physical dash, not, yeah. Dash. Enter. Let's see. No. For some reason, unfortunately, it's not coming up because the link is not secure. Sorry about that. See if you can Google it. Just type Google physical web. Yeah, just go to Google and type. No, just do this. Just go to Google. Just go to Google. Okay? And do a search for Google physical web. Just do a Google physical web. Dr. Lee, how are you? Thank you for joining.
Physical web?
Yeah, physical web. It's coming up too. There you go. Physical web. Let's see what it is. There you go. Click that. Yeah, the first one. Now, there you go. All right, cool. Let's go and play this. So this is pretty cool, guys. Thank you for joining, Dr. Lee. Let me show this real quick. Can we make it bigger?
Yeah.
The screen. Let's go and make it bigger.
This one.
Yeah. There you go. Okay, folks, this is called Google Physical Web. How does Google Mail? How does that work? Well, okay, yeah, Gmail. Okay, all right. So there you go, Google Physical Web. This is Physical Web. Check it out.
What a great looking movie. When's the next showing? Can I see a preview? Nowadays, nearly everyone has the internet in their pocket and access to the world's information at their fingertips. However, getting and interacting with that information isn't always easy. So where did I put that barcode scanner? Do I even have a barcode scanner on here? However, if we believe in Moore's Law at all, we can project that there are going to be millions of smart devices in our homes, in our work, and everywhere in between. Accessing functionality from these devices can be just like using the web. You just walk up, tap, and go. Cool, let us show in just a few minutes. Hello, I'm Scott Jensen, and this is the Physical Web. So how does this work? The poster is using a Bluetooth low-energy beacon to broadcast a URL once every second. The device here can run for 5 years on a single charge. There's a simple scanner on the phone that looks around whenever you wake it up. It won't do any scanning if the phone is in your pocket. The user must always ask to see if anything is nearby. If the scanner discovers something, it'll give you a list to choose from, ranked and filtered to reduce spam, and bring the most relevant content to the top. You select a web page, and it opens, just like clicking on a search result. One of the reasons we use URLs
the device sends that information
well understood and
about
flexible.
the movie where you walk into
a single web page with information, a more interactive web app, or can even deep link into a native application on your phone. As these beacons are really just small computers, the URLs can even dynamically change, reflecting a sensor value or even an authentication token. Check out this parking meter example. The user walks up to it and pulls out their phone to see a list of nearby devices. They tap on the parking meter and are taken to a web page.
Right.
They just add the time they want and hit pay. All the billing is taken care of in the cloud, and once that's done, it just authorizes the meter. So what's happening here? The physical web URL points to a web page on a standard web server that connects to a small controller here inside the parking meter. When the purchase goes through, it uses a web socket to message the board, which then adds the time. While the movie poster took you on a journey from the beacon to the phone and then straight to the web, here the parking meter completes the loop, interacting directly with the machine right in front of you, all just using standard web technologies. I want to stress this just a bit. The physical web is only about getting the URL to the phone. Everything else after that is just using the web. In this example, all of the real work is done by using web sockets. That's the idea behind the physical web, Objects can broadcast URLs wirelessly to the area around them. Anyone with a phone or tablet nearby can scan the area, pick an object, and interact with it on the spot. Unlike most apps today, the physical web enables very small interactions, things that you'd never consider using an app for. A dog collar could let you find its owner. A bus stop could tell you when the next bus is coming. You could rent a bike, get a mall map, or even watch a tutorial on a new home appliance. The web is powerful because it works so well for the long tail. Nearly anything can have its own web page. The value of the web is having access to millions of small web pages. This same power can be applied to smart devices and even places. Each one of these physical web interactions is moderately useful, but taken together they demonstrate how letting everything be interactive opens up a new long tail of ephemeral interaction for the entire world around us. The physical web is just an extension of the existing web. Like all web technologies, it's open, and anybody can build on it. Because it uses URLs as the core building block, the entire system is decentralized, so nobody controls it. With the discovery of web pages like we're excited to see what kind of next generation experiences developers like you will build on top of the web. Thank you.
All right, folks, so that's Google Physical Web. Amazing, right? So basically they have like some sort of beacon that sends that information, and if you pass by, you're going to grab that information. Pretty awesome idea, right? Okay. By the way, guys, we're going to take a 10-minute break, and we'll be right back. So go ahead and take some break, and we'll be back for another episode on the amazing Google products. Okay? Hackers are going to hack those little beacons like crazy. Maybe they would. We'll never know. Okay? We'll be back. Hey, Vanessa, thank you for joining. We are taking a 10-minute break, and we'll be back soon, okay? Hey, Anthony, how are you? Where are you? I'm here in San Antonio, Texas. Okay? All right, folks.